everyone, welcome back to the channel, and I just want to point out this is going to be an action-packed video, and I hope I get the editing correctly, but I just might screw it up. So, it is December. It's almost the end of the year, and have you been doing your financial planning? Did you maximize your RRSP if you live in Canada, Roth IRA if you live in the United States, so you can get your big tax deduction at the end of the year? Did you do it? Did you do it? Well, guess what? You have until the end of the year to get this done. Well, in Canada, you actually have until the end of February, but I think that's a con, because then you're not really doing what you should do in the year that you're making the wage that you're making. So you got a bonus coming, you got something else coming, they're talking about recession. It's 2023, they've been talking about recession for 14 months. Will the recession come? Well, I don't know. But if you are doing an RRSP and you are self-directed and you're kind of thinking, hey, I want to buy an electric stock. And this is about the electric stocks and little CPP in there. So, this is the deal. I want to be very clear. Out of all the companies that make electric vehicles, and maybe you're thinking, hey, you know, I'm 25 years old, I want to buy an electric, I'm going to buy one of these. Could you imagine? I'm 60. When I was 25, I would have gone out and bought, what could I have bought? Okay, Microsoft, Intel. They were the big ones. If I put $10,000 when I was 25 in Microsoft or Intel, okay? A lot of people say Apple, but now Apple was really bad when I was 25. It wasn't doing very well, so I wouldn't have done it. How much money would I have today? $1.9 million in either one at today's prices. 2023, stock's gone up, stock's gone down, stock's gone up, stock's gone down. But if I just bought it and left it, poof. So what do you buy today? Well, one of the big things is automakers. Electric automakers with vertical integration, and I should go buy one. So what are you gonna go buy? Well, I got a list. So follow me, hopefully I get this right. There's Tesla, currently trading around $209 a share. Rivian, currently trading around $16 a share. Lucid, currently trading around $4 a share. NIO, N-I-O, is the ticker symbol, currently trading around $7.75 a share. Would I buy any of these? Well, I'm 60 years old. Am I going to buy any of them? Am I going to be retiring soon? Maybe in 10 or 15 years or 20 or something. Hopefully one day. Or maybe I should buy Ford. Currently trading around 10 bucks. GM currently trading around 27. VW, now VW trades in Europe, and you can only get it as an OTA here. If you don't know what an OTA is, look it up. I'm not going to explain it here. Hard to buy. You can get it, you can buy it, but hard to own that. And Mercedes-Benz. So VW is $12.25 approximately, and Mercedes-Benz is somewhere around 61. And the reason I mention Mercedes-Benz is, believe it or not, they have a lot of EVs out there, but boy, you better have won the lottery to buy one of those. So which one do you buy? So I'm just going to roll it down that if you have your money in RRSP, I buy Thales Communications every year. Okay? Ticker symbol T in Canada, TU in the United States. I've been buying it every year for 30 years. Okay? 30 years. That's right. I've been buying it for 30 years. It used to be called Alberta Government Telephones. Now it's called Thales. So, I've been buying it 30 years. I buy it every year. I buy it in the fall, and it's 80% of what I own, and people say I shouldn't do it that way, but I do it anyway. So, are you saving? And should you buy any of these electric car companies? Well, Tesla will survive. How much they go up, how much they go down, who knows? They don't have any debt. No, well, they have a little bit, but they basically don't have any debt. $26 billion in the bank. But does that mean they don't go bankrupt? Look at BlackBerry. BlackBerry used to be $125 a share with $20 billion in the bank. What do they have now? Look it up. Trust me, they're just down to running the cars. They're the software that run the cars. Okay? Rivian. Will they make it? They just did a convertible offering, and I want to point this out. Hopefully people click on this. I have not been able to find out what it was. What's the interest rate and how many shares? Because what they did, they came on and they said, we have lots of money. They came on, we have lots of money. We came on, we have lots of money. They have no debt. They're building a factory, $10 billion factory, but we got lots of money. We don't need any money. We got $6 billion in the bank, and our factory will be long since done to make R1Ss, because that R1S is the best SUV electric vehicle on the market, bar none. They just need to make it go a little further, and there's ways to do that by the time they get it going. Okay, we got lots of money. We got lots of money. And what did they do? They did a convertible. What a convertible means? Rivian borrowed $1.5 billion at probably 7%. So now they're paying interest when they didn't have to, which is going to eat into their cash reserves. But more importantly, they did a convertible, and I haven't been able to find out the price. Which means, look at it this way. Rivian has, just going to use round numbers, not real numbers. Let's say there's 100 million shares in Rivian. That's it. And they did a convertible of 1.5 billion. Say at $20 a share, or whatever it is. Whatever it is, I don't know what it is. But let's just say 100 million shares at 15 bucks a share, because that's where Rivian is kind of trading, is $1.5 billion. Wow, this is terrible for the company. They just doubled the float, doubled the number of shares that are available in the market down the road. And hopefully they got all this production, they're making 300,000 cars a year, they're making all this money. That's the hope. And those convertibles, they're not going to want their $1.5 billion back. They're going to convert to shares because they got it at a fixed price today. Probably $20 or $25, I'm thinking. Which is, you know, higher, it's always much higher than the market. So maybe it's $40 a share. Well, if they're making 300,000 cars a year, 5 years from now, when this comes due, well, their share price should be 100, and they'll convert, and everyone gets diluted. That's right. So instead of 100, if I wanted to buy the whole company, I have to buy 100 million shares. Now I have to buy 200 million shares. This dilutes the company, dilutes the earnings, dilutes everything. So we have lots of money, but then they go out and do this convertible. It wasn't just plain debt, it's convertible. Which means they got a really good price, and whoever lent that $1.5 billion, somebody on Wall Street's going to make some money on this. Let me tell you, they're probably getting 7 to 8% return every year, interest only, and then they get the convertible, which will probably double their money. Oh, who wouldn't want to make 7% a year for 5 years and then double their money? Who wouldn't want to do that? So that's why that convertible was done. Let me tell you, whoever lent the money got a sweet deal. But as an RRSP person, okay, I'm retiring, do I want to hit it out of the ballpark with a little bit of money? I mean, I got a little bit in there. I got a little bit I could buy. Maybe I could buy, you know, Rivian's down to $16, $15. Well, you know, if I could buy 1,000 shares maybe. That's $15,000 out of my total investment portfolio. Well, you know, that's not too bad. And that could hit out of the ballpark, become a 10-timer or something like that. Well, is that risky? Should you do that in your investment account? I say, no, you should not. Just me, should not. That's what I use my outside investing accounts for, and TSFA for, and stuff like that. So, I think I'm going to recap this for the electric car companies. The Ford Motor Company owes a lot of money, but is making a lot of money, and I think their $10 stock will go to $20 quite quickly over time here. Once they get things together, they're not got things together, so they could maybe go down to 7 or 6. Recession, they're going to get hit. Recession. GM, same thing. GM just lies about everything that they do. They say they're making all these electric vehicles, but they're not making any of them. And all of them, none of them, go to the distance that they said they'd have, that they produced to this point ever since the EV1. So that's their track record. So I'm not saying anything that you don't know. VW, I think, is in trouble. I wouldn't buy it. Mercedes-Benz, for some odd reason, seems to be hitting the ball out of the park, and nobody knows about it. But it's a $61 stock, and it's an OTA stock. It's a European company, trades in Europe. It does trade here in North America, but, you know, very small volumes. Got to be really careful. You know, it's not, you know, rich people get to buy in those markets because they belong to those markets. That's the normal everyday average person. If it's not on the in North American markets, buying it is very difficult. So, recap. If you're going to buy an electric car company and you want to hold it for quite some time because you think electric cars are going to take over the world and you want an investment, what are you going to buy? Well, I would say Lucid is going bankrupt. Sorry, they're a $4 stock and I think they're going to 10 cents and then going to zero. I don't think they have any money. They're not have any production, and I don't think they have any money. No money at all. So for them to get up production and actually become a profitable company and make a vehicle that everybody wants to buy, they're incredibly expensive. So I think they're bankrupt. I think they're gone. NIO, I think they're gone. That's in a Chinese manufacturer, and I think they're bankrupt. I think they're done. There's way too many competitors. Their stock keeps going down. They haven't been able, they've got problems, and everything I've read about them, I think they're going bankrupt. Rivian did the convertible. I think Rivian, I would not buy today at its current price. It's on, at the posting of this video. It'll be timestamped. You'll get to see if I'm right or wrong, but I think it's more of an $8 to $9, $10 purchase because of the dilution. You got to take that into account today. Tesla's $210 a share basically, or maybe $220, maybe $190. I think at $150 it's a good buy. This 10 time, 15 time stuff, not happening with Tesla. Not happening. I don't care if they get to 20 million vehicles a year. Not happening. First of all, they don't make anything that's reasonably priced. They're not coming out with a new version to make a $25,000 vehicle and make a 20% margin on. They're not doing it. The Model 3 will be their cheapest car. They will get efficiencies, LFPs, everything like that. They'll make the battery pack smaller. The range will go down. They won't be a 350-mile range anymore. They're already under 300. So they're just gonna, that's how they're going to cost save it. And they'll keep their margin on the Model 3, but the battery packs will get smaller. LFP, remember, as my EV Toast video, batteries are the bottleneck and will continue to be a bottleneck for the next 5 years. So maybe Tesla's not the, you know, $200 a share, maybe not the one, but will it do well? Could, yes, I think it will. I think Tesla would do well. Will it go to 1,000 and get a 5-timer in the next 10 years? Well, that'd be pretty good to get a 5-timer, or a $10 stock go to $50. You know, there's a lot of stocks out there that could do that. Let me tell you, the S&P 500 has 500 of them that most likely could probably do that. But remember, we're going in recession. We're not, but rich people are getting a recession. NIO's bankrupt, Lucid's bankrupt, Rivian is a wild card, it's a flyer, $10 ticket at $10, maybe it works. Whether they make it or not is irrelevant. You gotta remember, it doesn't matter who owns the most stock. Jeff Bezos, I don't think, is going to stick any more money into the company. The company either has to be profitable or it's not. And if it's not, it'll go to the wayside, just like all other companies. So out of all of them, Ford will still be around. They're making tons of money right now today with all their different types of vehicles. Hopefully they get their crap together. The Lightning's the best EV on the market, especially if you ever have to haul anything at all, any distance. GM just lies about their EVs, not really putting very much money in it. So they'll keep making tons of money. And they'll be loved by everybody because they're making tons of money in the ICE division, and you know, that's just the way it'll go. I think VW is in big trouble. Could go all the way down to $1. Big trouble. They got big problems, and they're making lots of cars that nobody wants to buy. And nothing in the world is worth for car manufacturers to make lots of cars that nobody wants to buy. I could fix VW in about 5 minutes. So there you go. Those are your choices. Lots of choices out there. Are you going to take some risk, or are you not? Or maybe you're just going to go get some Tostitos for the football game. Or maybe, who knows? PepsiCo's a good buy. Coca-Cola, who knows? There's lots out there. But here's the thing. It's December, and you got to finish your plan for the year. So if you had a plan and you haven't done it, it's time to start working on it. And yes, in Canada, you still get that tax deduction. Remember, RRSP contribution money comes off the top part of your income. So round numbers here, you make 100 grand a year and you put 10 grand in, that's the top part. comes off. So now you only pay taxes on 90. Okay? So still doesn't save you the for 2024 the $188 you got to pay in CPP extra contributions that everyone's crying about. It just makes me laugh. Make 100 grand a year now that you got to put 188 more into the pension. It is not a tax. You get that money back when you retire, you know, unless you kick the bucket. So thank you for tuning in. Remember, your RRSP is ready to go. Did you follow your plan on your RRSP? Did you follow your plan on your TSFA, or in the States, the Roth IRA? They don't have a tax-free savings account down there like we do. So have you followed it? You have 1 month to go. You have time to make sure you hit the plan that you want to have. Stock market's down. There's really good values out there. There's really good value in GICs. There's 4-month GICs in my country for 5.72%. That's not high interest rate, just to let you know. That's just average. High would be 12, because I used to get 12 in the 80s. 12% in a GIC. That's right, 12%. A 1-year GIC, 12%. Now that is interest. So have yourself a great weekend, and get your RRSP planning into place. Got a couple more of these coming up. But if you're doing electric car companies, really, there's only, I think, 4. GM, Ford, Tesla, Rivian. That are traded in North America. The rest, I don't know if they're going to make it or not. And out of those, Rivian might not make it. Tesla will for sure make it. It's just a question where you enter and how does the stock do. Thank you very much again, and I will see you in the future.